I'm Daniel, Managing Director of Finoa Consensus Services, and we are a validator specialized on servicing institutions and crypto-native players, alongside with our custody product by Finoa, which is one of the leading regulated custody providers in the space. And today I will talk about or give an update about the staking regulation in the EU with a special nugget in the whole topic of MEV. So let's dive right into it. We have MiCA coming up in Germany, which will give clarity for crypto asset service providers such as custodians, crypto token issuers, or exchanges. And usually there was kind of the initial thoughts of having decentralized players like validators outside of the scope of MiCA, which kind of changed with the current discussion that's ongoing since mid of this year, triggered by a consultation paper by the ESMA, where they are challenging whether validators should be regulated. And on the other side, they are stating that MEV may be market abuse and should be reported to the authorities. Very quickly on MEV, I know most of you are aware of this, but MEV is in the end the activity of reordering or inserting transactions within a block. Historically, it has been responsible for around 15% of validator rewards on ETH. And the ESMA concern here is that the transactions that we are seeing on chain have the potential or being already activities that are considered as market abuse in traditional finance, like front running, for example. And on the other side, MEV enhances market efficiencies on DEXs, on lending platforms, and so on. But let's have a look at the concrete ESMA consultation paper and the questions that they ask. So on the one hand side, what we are seeing is that the traditional regulators are kind of misunderstanding the role of validators in the decentralized networks. Validators are technical infrastructure providers and are not brokers like investment desks or investment firms, which they are being asked to comply with. So that's on the one hand side. There's a general, let's say, misunderstanding / education gap maybe. And on the other side, the topic of MEV, it's great to see that the technical innovation that we are seeing in the markets is already mitigating the regulation that's coming. Because ESMA says in the end, whoever reorders the transactions may be responsible for the market abuse that's being done within those blocks. Thanks to the innovation that we are seeing in the market with MEV Boost implementing proposal-bidder separation, validators are not anymore on their own ordering the transactions and inserting transactions that could be considered market abuse under new regulation. Instead, we have a decentralized marketplace being responsible for doing that, and validators are receiving already pre-optimized blocks and are fully focusing on running the technical infrastructure provider. From our perspective, and that's obviously no legal advice, with using MEV Boost, you're not responsible for the MEV that's happening in the blocks that you're validating. But the whole topic is still like super early. We are expecting another ESMA paper, especially around the topic of MEV and validators in the next couple of months. That being said, I mean, until Jan isn't that much time anymore. So let me give a quick outlook at the end. MiCA gives great clarity for those crypto asset service providers, which is really needed. We saw in the talk before, the regulatory space is very fragmented. But now adding last-minute validators into the idea of MiCA will very likely harm the very vital validator ecosystem that we are seeing in Europe. And instead, they should, let's say, revise and deep dive into what's the actual role of a validator in a centralized network, and go from there with a more nuanced staking regulation in the future, let's say MiCA 2.0 that's already been coming probably in the next couple of years. Being said that, I think something that I can only echo from the talk that we had before, now it's really the time to educate about this topic, to get engaged into the regulator side of things, but also educating your peers, as staking is a very niche topic. We have this great conference here, but if you're kind of looking over the Great Horizon, it's more niche, and we really need to keep educating about this in this space. So let's continue doing that, and thanks a lot.